Hello, you YouTube fanatics. Today I wanted to do a quick talk about Medallion architecture. It's kind of blown up a little bit. I read something on Reddit for once that was reasonable. Usually Reddit sucks at everything, bunch of idiots. But I read a post on there maybe a week ago or two, basically questioning the Medallion architecture, if it is data modeling, if it is even worth anything. They were basically saying, does it even solve anything? Is it even data modeling? What is this? It's just weird. And I thought, for once there's a smart person on Reddit, I totally agree with this take. Is Medallion architecture a bunch of snake oil, or is it real? I mean, honestly, we live in an age where the line between honest and real technical reality is blurred and mixed up with marketing and sales and engineering content. I mean, it's pretty much to the point where the numb masses drink from the fountain of poison and become victims of every single snake oil hawked on their unsuspecting souls by vendors. And that's basically what's happened with Medallion architecture. I mean, Medallion architecture can be helpful for some people, but it is bordering on the edge of pure malarkey. Helpful for some people who don't know what they're doing. For anyone who does, it's pretty much useless. The Medallion architecture is a data design pattern popularized by Databricks. It organizes data into multiple layers or medallions, so to improve data quality, performance, and usability. That's what Databricks says, to move it through your data platform. The layers are bronze, silver, and gold. The bronze layer, raw layer, unprocessed, whatever. The silver layer is a cleansed layer. They call the data as clean, filtered, deduplicated, enriched, joined stuff, whatever. The gold layer they call the business layer. It's aggregated data, more for analytics, dashboards, etc. The origins of Medallion architecture is all from Databricks. It's a coin the term they did in the context of a lakehouse architecture with Delta Lake and Spark. It evolved from traditional data warehousing layers, the classic data warehouse, where you have a cleansing, basically a raw staging environment, and in fact auth. That's where it kind of came from. It's the Medallion metaphor, bronze, silver, gold. It emphasizes progressive refinement. Obviously you're writing data 3 times, and it's been tied to Databricks and Delta Lake pretty much, but it's been adopted by a lot of people. Here's a little visual of the bronze, silver, gold layer. Again, it's pretty straightforward. It's made from a marketing team, so they want everybody to be able to say, yeah, this is what it is, obvious. You know what has struck me about the Medallion architecture anytime I've read anything about it, at least compared to other popular data modeling approaches like Kimball or Amon or Star, Snowflake schemas, third normal form, fourth normal form that you'll hear talked about, there's never a real discussion about the more technical details of the bronze, silver, gold Medallion architecture. Other than that, they just say bronze, silver, gold, raw, transformed, and aggregated, and that's pretty much the end of the discussion. There is no, go look yourself, there's no technical book or no deep dive technical understanding of these concepts. They really are just marketing speak at a high level, and that's kind of where they stop. And the implementation's up to you. It's whatever you want it to be. Unlike Kimball, for example. I looked around. The earliest mention I could find for Medallion architecture from Databricks is June 2nd, 2020, so it's really not that old. In the blog post on monitoring audit logs, they reference our Medallion architecture, so it's definitely from Databricks around the 2020 timeframe, COVID. What do you know, something else great that came out of COVID? Medallion architecture. I mean, let's be honest. When Databricks brought forth the Lakehouse, which is an awesome platform and set of ideas, they wanted to entirely new and catchy set of ideas to help and concepts to go along with it. That makes sense. Something to sink their hooks in to the future Lakehouse users. What better way than to rename the already accepted data warehouse ETL pattern that has been done forever, loading raw data into staging tables, turning them into facts and dimension tables, and then maybe a couple data mart tables with aggregation. They basically stole that and called it Medallion architecture. I mean, am I blaming them? Not really. But it also has caused a host of downstream problems, people confusing things to the point where no one even knows what a proper Medallion architecture is. It's up to you. To prove it, you can go on Reddit and look, and basically people are conflating Medallion architecture with data contracts. Like data contract has nothing to do really with data modeling. I don't care what anybody says, but they're just conflating things like data contracts with Medallion architecture. That's because no one knows. There is no truth. It can be whatever you want it to be. The truth is the confusion's obvious. People still read Kimball's data warehouse toolkit. They hear about facts and dimensions, third normal forms, things like that, and then they hear about Medallion architecture, but there's no real Bible to it. There's no these are the technical concepts that make up this, other than raw, clean it up, present it, which is not really technical per se. So yeah, it can cause confusion. It's like, am I supposed to be using this? Is it real? Is it not? The long and short of it is, it's, we're talking about data modeling. Medallion architecture is about data modeling, and it's about writing your data on their platform, which is fine, but you can use the classic raw fact dimension data modeling because that's real data modeling. I don't really consider the Medallion architecture to be real data modeling because, again, there's no technical details that go with it other than you're just dumping data and cleaning it up. That's not really data modeling. That's just an ETL pattern, really, I guess. I mean, if we want to be funny about it, sure, a bronze layer is the raw layer. A fact and dimension is probably a silver, and then the gold is maybe a data mart. Again, it's hard to know. Again, here's a visual of what a lot of people have accepted as a data modeling standard in the data warehouse and even in the lakehouse. The same rules apply. You can obviously see how close it is to the Medallion architecture. Look, I don't care what you call it. I think it's just confusing when people talk about the Medallion architecture as if it is on the same level as, say, Kimball style data modeling. They're not really even close to being the same thing. One has been used for decades, has all sorts of technical concepts and direction written about it, whole books. The Medallion architecture, let's be honest, it's came out of a company, a SaaS vendor, is like a marketing thing, and sure, you can fit it and use it, and look, smart people can use anything they want. You want to use a Medallion architecture, I'm sure it'll work fine, but honestly, this is the same pattern that's been used forever, just with a different name on it. And I guess that's okay, but it does create confusion. At the end of the day, we all just load raw data into a table, and then we transform that data, usually clean it up, and it's stored there, right, in what you'd call a silver or a fact table. And at the end of the day, a lot of analytics are done where we roll up that data and store them in a data mart, call it whatever you want, a gold layer. It's the same thing, right? There's no difference. And at the end of the day, which one came first, Kimball or Databricks? Clearly Kimball. Again, Medallion architecture 2020. It's not that old, hasn't been around that long. There is no technical details around it. People to this day are still confusing data contracts with Medallion architecture. It's not the same thing. So obviously, if you want to use the real and the right one that has a lot of technical and historical backup to it, you would pick the classic Kimball data model and stick with that. Although I get it, it's a lake house. Technologies have changed. Necessarily, the data modeling hasn't kept up. The approach hasn't kept up with our new technologies and tools like Delta Lake, Iceberg, etc. Yeah, you can still use the old stuff for new. You might have to jiggle a little bit to get it to fit. So the Medallion architecture was trying to kind of solve some of that problem. I think it just tried to fill that gap of, hey, we've been doing this thing for a long time, but a lot of technology has changed, and it does kind of change how we do some things, and they're trying to fill that gap. So I understand. But don't be surprised if there is no one truth about what Medallion architecture is and how it should be implemented. At the end of the day, people are going to data model however they want. You can just go on the internet, whatever you have people arguing about it since the end of time. I've sat in plenty of conference rooms arguing about how to design a data warehouse or a data lake. It's a never-ending battle. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You'll find what fits and use it. Medallion architecture, is it truth or fiction? I think it's a little of both.